cool. So Yuengling, go support Yuengling. I don't drink a lot, but I am drinking some Yuengling tonight because they showed Bud Light how to do it. Okay, they 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 showed Bud Light exactly how you handle, well, one, handle controversy, but how you handle this, handle the drag shows for kids, that's happening, and why you don't like partner with people who mock women and their basic audience is children. So if you don't know what happened with Yingling last week, we wrote an article, and so Yingling, so Music Fest in Pennsylvania, posted this on Twitter. It was also on their Facebook, but it said, "Need your drag fix before our iconic Music Fest drag show? Well, the Queens return to Music Fest Cafe presented by Yingling on June 30th." So there was a lot of concerns that Yingling was sponsoring this drag show. Now, we were I was very careful when I wrote the initial story up because we knew that it was possible that Yingling sponsored they gave naming rights to, or they had naming rights over the building, but the building kind of takes care of what happens inside the building. And so indicated, I mean, they posted a tweet. Yingling responded on the 16th, and this is how you do it. But says, have naming rights to the music cafe presented by Yingling venue. Arts Quest independently plans the event and policies that take place at this venue. In all of their other performance areas, Yuengling actively promotes responsible drinking for patrons 21 years of age and older. We are working to align with Arts Quest regarding appropriate age restriction for venues associated with our sponsorship. We support their decision to restrict attendance to 18 plus for their June 30th show. More information. So Yuengling basically took a step and told the venue, no, we do not want to do that. We do not want to hosting drag shows that allow, babies. Because actually, yes, if Tim Pool showed on his tweet when he called this out, he said, venue entering, including babies in arms. So basically, the drag show allowed babies in it. Even though they gave the recommendation that children under the 2 years of age should not be recommended for performances. So, in essence, Yingling took the right step, and we should support them simply because, and if you don't drink, don't drink. Okay, I'm not pushing drinking on anybody, and especially if you're not over the age of 21, you should not be drinking at all. But if you do drink beer and you like lager, I mean, Yuengling has always been kind of my go-to golf course beer. I don't usually drink it very much, but I do enjoy it, and they did the right thing. So I decided to buy a 6-pack yesterday and support them on the show. Just what we're doing. But this is why it's important, because I'm gonna delete that. All right, so this is why it's important, because I put a post out yesterday that told Anheuser-Busch, who again is if you don't know, is the parent company to Bud Light. They put out a message on the 15th that said, and I basically told them all you had to do was apologize, announce that you didn't mean to, partner with Dylan Mulvaney and whose primary audience are teens, then vow to stop sponsoring all drag shows. It's pretty simple. Just look at what Yuengling did. And so what they ended up saying instead is, we recognize that over the last 2 months, discussion around our company and Bud Light has moved away from beer and has impacted our consumer, our business partners, and our employees. Yeah. Anheuser-Busch is down 27 billion in market cap, so I'd say it's done a pretty big number on them. And it says, we are a beer company and beer is for everyone. Today we are announcing 3 important actions we're going to continue to move forward with our business model. First, we are investing to protect the jobs of our frontline employees. So I mean, obviously, this is affecting their employees. I'm going to go down to the second part because I accidentally, when you have to splice some of these longer threads together, and so when I use that, I accidentally forgot the second part. So the second, we are providing financial assistance to our independent wholesalers to help them support their employees. So they're basically having to now dole out their come out of their pocket to support the wholesalers whose business have been hurt by their decisions, which they might have gotten sued for anyways, because they violated their fiduciary duty to their wholesalers. I don't know what their contracts say, but that could be the case. Now, and then it says, third, to all our valued customers, we hear you. Our summer advertising launches next week, and you look forward to Bud Light reinforcing what we've always loved about our brands, that it's easy to drink and easy to enjoy. As we move forward, we will focus on what we do best, brewing great beer and earning our place in moments that matter to you the most. All right. Bud Light's piss water, so I don't really drink it. I'd prefer Yuengling over Bud Light any day of the week. They still haven't apologized. They don't seem to understand what they've done wrong. They are just trying to, again, sweep it under the rug. What they did this. This is the second time they've done something like this. Bud Light, you need to apologize. Understand what you did, like why people are so angry about you promoting Dylan Mulvaney. And it doesn't make sense. Like, you're just gonna try, like, you tried to put Harley Davidson on cans. You tried to put Harley Davidson on your cans and partner with Harley Davidson, and guess what? Harley Davidson's stock tanked as soon as you did that. It didn't tank like this. I mean, it was just a small dip, but I haven't checked on it since. But it just hurt Harley Davidson, trying to send you a lifeline. Let me see. So A Freebird says they have been losing money for years. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, Bud Light lost its crown to Modelo last week because as the number one light beer, like the number one sales brand of light beer in the country. They've been for a while. And their stock was doing really well. It was like at an all-time, I think it was at an all-time high. I'd have to go look at that. Don't quote me on that, but it was doing very, very well. And so when they did this, it hurt. It hurt their stock pretty badly. All they have to do is apologize. I think people will look past this and they just want to continue on in this same path. It's not going to work. Especially when they're doing stuff like this. I mean, they claim they had nothing to do with this. This was my tweet because I said they're dead. They died from going woke. But this was because this is an after party, a Pride in the Pines after party presented by Bud Light. And if you look under here, it says, all ages event under 16 require guardian. Like, this came out, this was on June 7th, well after, the controversy. And their name is still on here as Bud Light. And they just said that they did not sponsor this event. Like, they claim that they didn't sponsor it. It could be the same thing as where the theater, but it doesn't look like that though. It says presented by Bud Light. The after party is presented by Bud Light. Whereas if it was just it would be the Orpheum Theater presented by Bud Light, would show that it might be naming rights over the theater. I don't think that's the case. I think that they actually sponsored this, and actually Jack Album wrote the whole thing up for the Washington Examiner. So if you go check out this tweet, you can see the article there.